You did the thing everyone does. You took your document, your PDF, your notes, your company wiki, and you dumped them into an AI. And now you can chat with them. You ask a question, it answers, feels like magic, you ship it. Here's the uncomfortable part. A lot of the time, it's not actually reading your documents, it's guessing and then dressing the guess up in the confident language so it sounds like it read them. I built this system for companies, and the gap between a demo that looks great and a system you can actually trust comes down to six layers that almost every tutorial escapes. When one of these systems fails, the problem is almost always shitting one step before the AI ever gets involved in the part nobody shows you. So, I'm going to show you all six layers right now. By the end, you will be able to look at your own setup and point at exactly where it's leaking. So, what do you actually build? Same thing everyone builds, three boxes. You take your documents and turn them into numbers, embeddings. You store those. Then, when someone asks a question, you turn the question into numbers to grab the closest chunks, staple them onto the prompt, and let the model answer. That's it. That's the whole tutorial. Document in, search, answer out, and it works just often enough to fool you. In a demo with 10 clean documents and questions you already know the answer to, it looks perfect, but there are cracks at every seam of these three boxes. And in the real world, with messy documents and questions you didn't rephrase, those cracks are where your answers quietly go wrong. Let me walk you through them one layer at a time. Layer 1. This is before any AI touches anything, and it's where most of the damage is already done. You can't hand a 50,000 word document to the system in one piece, so you cut it up into chunks, and almost every cuts it the lazy way. Every 500 word slice doesn't matter what's there. You end up cutting a sentence in half, splitting one idea across two chunks, tearing a table away from the row that explain it. Now think about what happens next. The system searches those chunks. If the answer to the question got split down the middle by a dumb slice, no search in the word is going to find it cleanly. You broke retrieval before retrieval even started. The fix is to cut along the meaning, not along a word count. Respect the headings. Keep a section together, keep a table with its caption, and tag every chunk with where it came from, which document, which page, which section. That tag matters more than you think, and you will see why in a minute. Good retrieval is starts here at a knife. Layer 2. The search itself. Here's the mistake. Everyone use one kind of search, the vector kind, the number kind, and vector search is great at meaning. Ask about ending an employee, and it will find a chunk about terminating a contract, even through the word are different. Beautiful, but it's weirdly bad at exact things. Search for a specific error code, a product SKU, a person name, and vector search will happily hand you something that feels related to and misses the exact match sitting right there. So the pros don't pick once, they run both. The old fashioned keyword search, the kind that nails exact terms, and the vector search that gets meaning at the same time. Then they merge the two lists into one ranking. That's called hybrid search, and it's the default now for a reason. It covers both of your blind spot at once. One more move at this layer before you even search. Rewrite the question. A user types something lazy and weird, you quietly expand it into something a search engine can actually work with. A small thing, big difference. Layer 3. And honestly, if you add this, nothing else from this video, and this one, it's the single biggest jump in answer quality, and almost nobody does it. Here's the idea. You search from the last layer is fast, but it's rough. It's good at pulling a wide net, say the top 100 chunks that are probably relevant. It is not good at knowing which three of those are actually the best. So you add a second stage, a re-ranker, a different model whose only job is to look at the question and each candidate chunk together side by side and score how well they actually match. It's slower and smarter, and you only run it on the handful the first search pulled, so it stays fast enough. Get this part in your head because it's the mistake I see most often. Retrieval and re-ranker are two different jobs. The first cast the net wide and cheap. The second one picks the winners slow and precise. When people try to make one search do both, they get a system that's either too slow or too dumb, two stages wide than sharp. If that just made you something click for you, do me a favor, hit like, and it genuinely helps this reach other people building the exactly same thing. Layer 4. Now finally the AI. By now you have handed the model the right few chunks, but if you are not done, because a model handed good context will still sometimes ignore it and make something up anyway confidently. So you do two things. First, you force to it to critics every claim, point back to the chunk it came from using those source tags you added way back in layer 1. Now the user can check the receipt and honestly, so you can. Second, and this is the one people are scared to do. You give it permission to say, I don't know. If the chunks don't contains the answer, the worst thing it can do is hand you a smooth, confident paragraph of nonsense. Let it say, I couldn't find this is your document. Instead of a system that admits the gap is worth 10 times more than one that papers over it with a confident lie. That's the difference between a toy and something a real business will put in front of a customer. Layer 5. This is the one that separates people who pay with rag from people who ship it, and it's the least glamorous. Nobody films it. Let me ask you a simple question. You made a change to your system yesterday. Is it better today or worse? If you can't answer that with a number, you are not engineering, you are decorating. Here's how you fix that. You sit down once and write about 100 real questions with the answers you know are correct. That's your ground truth. Every time you change anything, chunking, search, the re-ranker, you run all 100 and you measure two things separately. This is the key. One, did the search pull the right chunks? Two, did the final answer actually use them and get it right? Because when your answer is wrong, you need to know which half broke. Almost every time It's the retrieval half. The model gets blamed for garbage the search handed it. You can't ship it where you can't measure. Write the 100 questions. It's boring and it's the important layer here. Quick one, if you are getting something out of this, subscribe. I am doing a whole series on designing real AI system. This is episode 1 and the next one goes deep on multi-agent setups. I did like to find you. And before you panic and think you need all 6 layers for every little project, you don't. A weekend chatbot over 10 documents. The simple 3 boxes are fine. You add these layers when the stacks go up, when the document play get big and messy, when a wrong answer actually costs something, match the architecture to the risk. That's the whole judgment call. Layer 6, the stuff that only shows up once real people start using it. First, security, and this connects to something I covered in another video. Your system reads documents. What happens when someone hides an inside a document? Ignore your rule, leak the other customer's data. The model reads it the same way it reads everything else as an instruction. That's the prompt injection coming in through your own knowledge base. If you are doing this for real, the chunks a user can retrieve have to respect who that user is allowed to see. Retrieval and permissions are the same problem. Second, cost and speed. That re-ranker from layer 3 is smart, but it isn't free and it isn't instant. So you budget it. Wide cheap search first and you only spend the expensive re-ranker on a small shortlist. Design it so it first inside the time a human is willing to wait. Third, freshness. Your document change, someone edit the policy, adds a file, deletes one. If your system is still answering from last month's version, it's confidently wrong. So you build the boring pipe that keeps the index in sync as things change. Not glamorous, absolutely necessary. So step back and look at what we built. It started as 3 boxes, document, search, answer, and it grew into a real system, smart chunking at the door, hybrid search that sees both meaning and exact words, a re-ranker that picks the true winners, a model that critiques its source and admits when it doesn't know, a test set that tells you the truth every time you change something, and the production layer that keeps it safe, fast, and current. 3 things to walk away with. 1. Your answers are only as good as your retrieval. Almost every failure starts in the search, so fix the search first. 2. The re-ranker is the cheapest big win you are not using. Wide net than a sharp second pass. Add it this week. 3. If you can't measure it, you can't improve it. 100 questions. That's the line between a demo and a system. Now, I actually want to know where you are with this. Are you running hybrid search yet, or you are still on pure vectors? Tell me in the comments. I read them, and if this clicked, go watch the one how a hidden line in a document can hijack an AI agent. It's the security half of everything I just showed you. I will see you in the next episode too.